over here. Hello everyone, I think we are live. Let's make sure. Okay. Stream is starting. Welcome everybody. We are live here providing live severe weather coverage. We do have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings that are around our area. And weather coverage. We do have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings that are around our area. And let me just get everything set up here. So we have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings, one for the St. Louis County area, and we'll get that going in just a second. And a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for your location. Let's see. Hopefully the internet is working. Okay, it's lagging. Okay. Gonna try to get it. Looks like it's better now. Yeah, looks like we're good now for the moment, but if you're just tuning in, no tornado warnings here, but we do have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings that are in effect for our area if you're just now tuning in. And we have one that's a little bitty one, and we have one other storm here that is huge right now, and it's covering a lot of the area. So just give me one moment here. Let me get everything ready. Like I say, for just tuning in, we do have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings, one for the Maryland Heights area, and actually right over, I believe, it's going to be going right over the house here at the TKW studio. So that has 60 miles per hour and winds, and it's only radar indicated, so nothing immediate, but we're not seeing any hail threat with this, but some gusty winds is why we do have the warning here. And I want to bring our attention, this is our first severe thunderstorm warning that we have had, and this one has a little bit of hail with it. There's a lot of hail reports going into the Portage de Sioux and the Godfrey area, so if you know anybody in that area, especially in the Godfrey area, that is where the strongest part of the storm is as we speak. So, like I said, if you're in the Godfrey area, or if you're in the Maryland Heights, Bridgeton, St. Charles, the ADI warehouse, Hazelwood, the airport as well, there is a strong storm that's just brewing up, and we weren't really expecting anything to really happen with these, if you want me to be honest. We were not really expecting any severe weather. Once again, we did not have a severe weather outlook today, which means we are forecasted severe weather. So let me just bring 1 second, try and get the chat. Okay, that's good. Okay. Now that we got everything ready here, sorry about that. We were not prepared to go live actually, so give me 1 second here, get everything ready, and we'll do a brief overview of what's going on. I have 6 monitors, so each monitor has to be turned on differently, I should say. But welcome everybody to the live stream. This is live severe weather coverage on the Team Kenny weather page. Thank you so much for tuning in. And you can see right on our screen, we have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings, and let's get right into it. So, like I said, we have our first one over the Harvester area. This is severe thunderstorm warning heading into the North St. Louis County, the Bridgeton, Hazelwood, Maryland Heights, the Ferguson, Florissant area. And that's going to be, like I said, the 60 mile per hour winds. Not anything crazy right now. You can see the storm moving in at the bottom right hand corner of the screen with those clouds. Very ominous clouds, very scary clouds. But the good thing is just 60 mile per hour winds and no rotation. Tornado potential is likely with this one. And we go to the Grafton and the Godfrey storm. This is a huge severe thunderstorm warning. Got issued a little bit ago, but it wasn't looking all impressive. But the main part of storm, that includes our Illinois folks in Jerseyville, and eventually down the line into a little bit of Madison County and up into Macoupin County, is all under the severe thunderstorm warning. It's a huge warning. It's a lot of rain, a lot of energy with this, but this one does have 60-mile-per-hour winds and some small hail with it being reported as well. But I want to take you to, if we have it loaded up here, I want to take you to this camera because this is the storm that's moving into St. Louis County right now. This is the storm down here you can see on the radar. So very mean, I should say very, very mean storm moving in. But real quickly, just want to give a special shout out to our sponsor, Kyle Kincaid from Loose Fuse Mazda. If you're looking for a Loose Fuse Mazda vehicle, make sure you give him a call today. It's open till 8. So thank you very much. But here is the storm that is heading into the St. Louis County here. You can see just a wall of rain right now. This is looking west from the Fifi Road in St. Louis County. But like I said, very strong storm. We weren't really expecting this. And unfortunately, we had to get a couple severe thunderstorm warnings. I know you guys miss me. So we got a couple severe thunderstorms. And I was able to show my face once again. But like I said, make sure you're sharing this live stream with everybody that you do know, because a lot of people did not expect the severe weather to be happening. And you can see this storm is growing in size here. So huge storm is growing around the St. Louis area. So let's make sure that we alert people, because it is Friday. A lot of people leave on Friday. So let's make sure we're sharing the live stream and letting people know that there is severe weather around the area, and they should tune into the live stream and make sure they are okay and to have the updates that they are looking for. So I'm going to share the live stream myself so everybody else is prepared as well. But you can see at the bottom right hand corner, we're going to keep that camera up. We are monitoring the other screens here at the studio, by the way, to make sure everything's okay. But right now, still the 60-mile-per-hour winds. This is the main storm that I'm worried about. This Jerseyville storm, there's some gusty winds, but this storm in St. Louis County, we haven't had a storm over here yet, so it has a lot of interesting variables to work with. And I say interesting because we weren't really forecasting a lot here, but some 40-50-mile-per-hour winds, maybe 60 at times, is being picked up by the radar, as you can see here. So very gusty winds going into the Maryland Heights and the TKW studios. We are right near the warning, and it looks like it just got updated here. So still 60-mile-per-hour winds, but we still have the thunderstorm warning for St. Charles and north central St. Louis counties. Severe thunderstorm was located over Maryland Heights, moving northeast at 20 miles per hour. So the hazard is only 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and we have not received any reports of the damaging winds at this time. So that is good news. But like I said, if you're on 70 right now, right at 141 near the DePaul Hospital, you're going to see some heavy, gusty winds going through the area. So if you know anybody over in that area, especially around 270, 370, you need to share them the live stream just so they're aware of what's going on and what they're driving into. Because this is still a severe storm, even though it's only a yellow box and not a red box. We still need to respect the polygon and understand that this is a severe storm and we need to take our proper precautions. But luckily, I am happy to report that we have no hail that is being picked up with this. So that is great news. Great news is that there is no hail being reported. And I'm going to try to find a camera over here. Let's see if we can get a camera. We're going to try one of these. Okay, we'll wait for that to load. Okay. Give me 1 second, everybody. If you're just tuned in, like I said, we do have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings for our area, which has warranted a live stream because we did not expect severe weather at all today. if you're just tuned in. We were not expecting anything significant, anything crazy. Not sure where this is looking at. Probably the other way, but we'll keep it up. Okay, there we go. Now we got the camera. We can focus on the storm. You can see this storm is growing in intensity here. So, like I said, it's probably over Highway 70 right now. There is no hail being reported at this time, so that is great news. But like I said, if you're around the 70 area, the Bridgeton, St. Charles, 141, near the Gateway Gun Club and the Hazelwood West High School, need to be prepared for some 60-mile-per-hour winds that is going to be rolling through the area. We have a couple of storms down to our south near the Eureka area, Chesterfield area. Those are currently not warned, and we do not expect them to be severe. And then a couple of storms. We won't forget our friends down near Potosi and Fletcher, DeSoto. Some scattered storms down there that are not severe at the moment, but we still have some storms back off to the west that we need to be paying attention to, but those have been remaining below severe limits, so that is great news. But the main two storms around the region, I should say, not just our area, but around the region, is the one going right through the St. Charles Bridgeton area, going into the northwest side of Hazelwood. So if you're anywhere near there, especially near 370, you need to be watching out for some 60-mile-per-hour winds. And once again, like I said, we don't have any tornado warnings, but even though we do have a severe thunderstorm warning, we need to treat it as a serious situation. So we need to take our proper precautions. We have rain, heavy rain falling here at the studio at this time. We're going to try to get a camera up. Trying to get a camera near that area. I can't really find one. I don't want to spend too much time. This is going to show the backside, so we'll just keep that there. But like I said, this storm is pretty significant. Once again, we're not seeing any hail being reported with this, which is good. But 60-mile-per-hour winds moving to the northeast. So like I said, if you're just north of Hazelwood, the Florissant, Old Jamestown, let's see, Hazelwood West High School, 370, right at where the middle school is, in the Powerplex, STL, all in the path of the 60-mile-per-hour winds. And I honestly won't be surprised if this one going through Creve Coeur over Barnes-Jewish West County Hospital gets a severe warning as well. So, like I said, we were not forecasting this at all, but like I said, we do have a couple severe thunderstorm warnings. So this, make sure you share this live stream with everybody just so they're aware that we do have a severe thunderstorm and a very populated area. So let's make sure we're sharing the live stream and letting everybody know that there is a severe thunderstorm warning as well. But there is also another one. We haven't forgot about you guys up in Jerseyville and Grafton. There is a severe thunderstorm warning. This one does have hail potential. So if you're near the Godfrey area, Jerseyville, all the way into Macoupin County, just be on alert for some 60-mile-per-hour winds and 1-inch size hail is possible with this one. But I'm happy to report the St. Louis County, St. Charles storm is not seeing any hail with this. So there's two severe thunderstorm warnings that we do have. One to hop on here because one, you guys missed me. And then two, this one to let you guys know because this was a surprise. I consider this as a surprise. And it's also nice that we have these storms because we were in a little bit of drought. And I have been riding past a couple houses and they start to look a little brown. So let's hope this rainfall, let's hope we get enough rainfall that we don't have to worry about the brown lawns anymore. But a very heavy thunderstorm. Let's not get too distracted. Very heavy thunderstorm near the Creve Coeur and Chesterfield area, near Barnes-Jewish West County Hospital. If anybody's watching this area, if you can let me know what the conditions are like here, if you're seeing any hail, damaging winds, that would be greatly appreciated. But the main storm of concern, even though we do have the one in Illinois, is this St. Charles storm. Still looking severe, still have some gusty winds up to 60 miles per hour, crossing 70, going right near the 370 and 141 interchange. So, like I said, we have the severe thunderstorm warning. It's not too crazy on the severe weather scale, but it is enough to have a live stream activated. So we are here. You can see the very heavy thunderstorms. If we can take camera 4. So you can see here on our camera 4 at 141, not seeing any hail with this. This is right where it's happening. So right at 141 St. Charles Rock Road, it is currently raining. Not any hail going on at this time, so that's very good news. We like that when we have no hail. But you can see very heavy rain. Definitely want to take your proper precautions. So make sure you're driving very slow, so we don't have any wrecks, because we don't want that, especially on the Friday. But some crazy cloud formations. This is 270 at 170 here. This showing you some visuals. Oh, Leslie, you're down at Cape Girardeau at the moment? Oh, that's very nice. Hope you're having a good time down there. I think you still have a heat advisory down there, I believe. But some crazy cloud formations you can see from the storms here. Very cool shot there. Look at those low-hanging clouds. Nothing severe, no funnel clouds, no tornadoes in this view, but some very nice low-hanging clouds here. So, very, very nice. Once again, just want to show everybody that's just tuned in, no hail. There's some heavy rain. You can see heavy wipers being activated, but overall, nothing too crazy. But we still have that severe thunderstorm warning in place. So let's get back to the radar, make sure we're not leaving out anything here. And yes, we still have the very heavy thunderstorm. Like I said, there's one over Creve Coeur, Maryland Heights. If it keeps intensifying, wouldn't be surprised if it does get a warning on this. So if you're near the Overland, St. John, the Lambert Airport, Berkeley, Ferguson, St. John, 170 and 70, I will be on the lookout of a heavy thunderstorm. It's not severe at this time, but it is heavy and may provide some gusty winds with it. So, but the main one of concern, this Godfrey storm, I wouldn't really be too concerned. It's mainly the St. Charles storm is what we're looking at here. So, if you're wondering if you're in the clear, if you're not in St. Charles County or in St. Louis County, West St. Louis County near the Maryland Heights, Creve Coeur area, or up here in Godfrey, Jerseyville, Grafton, I would consider that you're okay for the moment. But like I said, we do still have some storms to the south, Eureka, Arnold, the Pear, near DeSoto and Festus, Hillsboro. Those are not severe, and we're not expecting them to be severe. So if you're having rain right now, it's not expected to be severe at this time or down the road. But of course, we'll be monitoring it throughout the day. But I really want to show you this live camera here. Very cool skeleton clouds off to the right. You can see some low-hanging clouds, almost a shelf cloud basically there. And you can see the rain on the back side of the storm. So very cool shot right there. It's raining in Maryland Heights, very loud thunder and lightning. Will I be okay? Yes, at the moment we have no severe thunderstorm warning for the Maryland Heights area, so you'll be just fine. So right now you'll be just okay. But heavy thunder, I'm not sure if you can hear it in the live stream, but loud thunder and lightning over the TKW studios in Maryland Heights. So you might be hearing that in the background. But like I said, the warning has got condensed here to St. Charles and St. Louis County. It has cleared all of the Harvester area and everywhere south of 70. So if you're south of 70, you are clear from the severe thunderstorm warning. Welcome. How's everybody doing? If you're just tuning in, like I said, we weren't expecting much of the way of severe weather. I'm actually very surprised that we got a couple thunderstorms. But if you guys have ever been to Florida, then you know that this happens all the time. And this is basically the pattern that we're in. So, Chris says, thumbs up TKW. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Appreciate you tuning in and letting us keep you ahead of the storm. But I want this to double check here. Yeah, so they still do not have us in a thunderstorm risk today. So all this, basically, if you're wondering, all this was not forecasted. So we thought we'll have widespread to scattered thunderstorms, which we're having. And I did say no severe weather expected, but we have severe weather expected. But we have severe weather, and the main talk of the town is if you're near 370 and Dunn Road, also near Lindbergh is the heaviest. So if you're all the way near New Halls Ferry, near Old Jamestown, and just north of Blackjack and Florissant, you're going to be experiencing some heavy rain. And if you're along I-270 between, I believe, I forget, Hazelwood Middle School, the exit, and near the Lindbergh Boulevard. So, but everywhere else, we are seeing some heavy thunderstorms. Nothing severe, besides this one that's moving through St. Charles and north of Florissant, and the one near the Godfrey, Jerseyville area. So if you're not in the Jerseyville, Godfrey area, then the St. Charles or Florissant, you are okay. Big lightning strike here at the studio. Hopefully, sooner or later, we'll have a live camera so we can always pull that up. That is in the works. But yeah, I'm surprised. No severe outlook for today. So that is crazy in my opinion. But that's why we are here. We are covering the storms here. We'll always cover the severe warnings. So if you know anybody, make sure we're sharing the live stream once again to make sure they know what is happening outside their window or while they're on the highway, because we do have severe weather going on at this time. Tammy Butler says, hi Kenny. Hello, how are you doing? Glad to see you. Happy Friday. Hopefully you're ready for the weekend. I know I am. So I hope you are as well. But at least so far, no reports. I have not seen any reports coming in just yet of anything severe. So that is good. But we are all enjoying the much needed rain. I think we might have a little internet glitch here. Hold on one second, everybody. I think the lightning is messing with the internet. Let's let it reset here. Let me look over. Yeah, so they just put us in. Okay, so let's try to reconnect to the internet. But once again, everybody, thunderstorm broadcast media from Harvester receive a large limb down, time estimated from radar. So having a little bit of power, internet issues, not power issues, a little bit of internet issues. We'll see if it can try to recover here. I'm not sure how it's looking. If someone can let me know if we're lagging in the chat, we may have a slight internet issue with the internet going in and out. So, but we'll just see if we're on still. Looks like we're still on here. But like I said, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Not sure if they're going to extend it right now, but like I said, we did get a report of a large limb blown down in Harvester in St. Charles County. So the wind is currently out of the warning. I don't think they're going to extend this at this time, so we'll monitor this as well. But very strong going into Florissant and Ferguson. So if you're near Florissant, Ferguson, make sure they're aware that a very strong non-severe storm is moving in their area. John says, hello. Hello, John. How are you doing today? Glad to see you. Once again, happy Friday again. How's your Friday going? I'd love to hear about it. We are here monitoring severe weather. I've been itching the live stream, so I was very happy to come on the live stream because it's been a while. It's been a while since our last live stream, so I missed everybody. And all we had was heat, so It was good to be back on the live stream. I am happy that we have severe weather. I know you guys don't like severe weather, but I'm happy to see you guys again to keep you ahead and prepared of these storms. So we're going to change the camera view around because all of it's showing is rain. So give me 1 second. We're going to show. We'll keep that. Let's see. We're going to change this camera view. 1 second, everybody. We're going to try to get a nice visual. We're going to storm chase with the cameras. So that is what we're going to do. So just give me 1 second. See, we're taking a live look at the radar. We mainly have one severe warning. We have two, but we mainly have one for the St. Charles over near the Hazelwood area. Now, I don't really see that being extended at this current moment, but that will be something to watch. Okay, we have that one. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, we do have this one near Godfrey and Brighton, Jerseyville, over in towards Macoupin County. Not really seeing anything concerning with that. They only have 6 minutes, so I don't think they're going to really continue that. And this one also has 6 minutes again, and they haven't issued any new ones yet. So we'll make sure. Okay, so they actually just expired both of these. So both severe thunderstorm warnings have now been canceled. I repeat, everybody, the severe thunderstorm warnings have now been canceled. They'll be going off here in a second. We just got confirmation from the National Weather Service that they are going to let these expire, no longer seeing damaging winds or hail. So coming from the National Weather Service, they are expiring the warnings due to no longer a threat of severe weather at this current moment. But take a look at this, folks. In these, I love clouds. If you guys don't like clouds, then you guys should like clouds. Because look at the cloud formations. This is very good. It's like dry on one side, wet on the other. So that's a very cool shot. But I do want to mention as well, we didn't have any watches or watches ahead of the severe weather. So we weren't confident at first to see any severe storms. But right near the Maryland Heights, right on Olive Boulevard, between Olive and Page, right now, is seeing some very strong winds. Let's actually get the wind tracker on here. And it looks like it just died down just a little bit, but we did have some non-severe style winds going through the downtown Creve Coeur between Page and Olive, just north of the Snooks before you get to Lindbergh. So that is that. So we're going to watch these warnings expire here off the screen in a little bit. In about 4 minutes, they have already been expired. There is no threat of severe weather at this current moment. But while they do have a chance to expire, we will stay on the live stream just in case anything decides to go crazy. Amy says, hi. Hello, Amy. How are you doing? Glad to see you. Appreciate everybody tuning into the live stream. I really do appreciate you guys. Like I said, we're going to stay here just a few minutes longer, because this one that's moving through Maryland Heights heads towards Overland, St. John's. It's been going in and out of the severe weather criteria department. So it's been very close. 1 minute is enough to get warned. The other minute is not enough to get warned. So we are going to be monitoring that. But while we are monitoring that and letting the warnings expire, we're going to play storm chasing with the cameras. So let's get the cameras. Gonna try to find some good visuals of this storm. I just want to take a peek of what's happening here. So we'll wait for that to load. Alright, so we'll wait for that to load. But once again, if you're just tuning in here, no severe warnings at all. This heavy rain that's moving through the area. And we can expect that going into the evening as well. So even though you might not have any rain now, we are still expecting that to go through the evening time. So, like I said, if you don't see anything now, it still has you still have some possibility, and that's why I thought everybody. That's why I thought. That's why we did not go anywhere. Because we just got another severe thunderstorm warning. This is for a large area. A large area that we cover. So if anybody's on 55 from the St. Louis downtown area all the way to Festus, they're going to be running to a severe thunderstorm. We just got a severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for southern western Madison County, northwestern Monroe County, northwestern St. Clair County, northwestern Jefferson County, central St. Louis County, and St. Louis City till 3:45. So severe thunderstorm were located along the line from over Washington Woods to over Antonia, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. And once again, this is 60 mile per hour winds. Radar indicated. So like I said, once again, we need to be... I would be inside, away from windows, just in case. I would be inside, away from windows, just in case. So, but like I said, you see it was switch over the screen. I knew we were going to get one, I just didn't know when. But we are back in the severe weather mode. Thunderstorm warning is now in effect for a large portion of the area. So, Amy says, came home with 5 Special Olympics. Came home with 5 Special Olympics Illinois medals, 3 gold and 2 silver, rhythmic gymnastics. Well, great job on the 3 gold medals. That is very good. Congratulations on that. Glad we didn't have any rain during that time, but very good job, Amy. Glad to hear that. From the Special Olympics, she had 3 gold and 2 silver. That is very good. So congratulations on that. And if anybody that's watching the live stream, make sure to tell Amy congratulations, because that is very, very good. 3 gold medals. That is crazy. But like I said, we can't forget our folks around the Arnold, Sunset Hill, De Pere, DuPont, and our friends in Columbia, and also Waterloo, is all in the path of the storm. Is this a long line? So anywhere in this line, the National Weather Service is telling us that any of these storms here, these 3, have a chance to produce 60 mile per hour winds. So at least we don't have any tornadoes. No tornadoes are really forecasted for this, but 60 mile per hour winds are going to be likely. So anybody that's leaving work, make sure we're sharing the live stream so they can hop in, let them know what's going on, and make sure they are okay on their drive home. Like I said, it's nothing crazy, nothing scary, but it's enough that we need to be live and to let you know what's happening. So make sure you're letting everybody know. Oh yeah, very dark clouds. We have multiple views. The middle and the right one is what we're going to be watching throughout this storm. So Tammy Butler says, congratulations. Yeah, that is very, very happy. Very exciting. I'm glad on a Friday you got 3 gold and 2 silvers. That is very good. But I think the main reason why they warned this storm is the one over De Pere and the Kirkwood area. So right near the Lindbergh, south of 64, in the De Pere area. It's moving to the northeast. That is very good. But I think the main reason why they warned this storm is the one over De Pere and the Kirkwood area. So right near the Lindbergh, south of 64, in the De Pere area. It's moving to the northeast. So we'll watch the Clayton, Richmond, and Maplewood area for the severe storm. So if you know anybody in those areas, let's make sure that you're sharing the live stream, just so they're, like I said, they're aware of what's going on outside their window. Tammy says the wind has kicked up thunder here in Afton. Yes, that is, you are going to be hearing the storms in just a little bit. So get ready. like I said, it's nothing, in my opinion, it's nothing crazy concerning. It's nothing to go crazy about, I should say. But I wanted to hop on here to let you guys know that you guys are okay, and we are going to be here while we have the severe thunderstorm warning. So this severe thunderstorm warning goes until 3:45, and we're only expecting 60-mile-per-hour winds. So like I said throughout this live stream, we haven't had any hail reports, but we have had some damage back in the Harvester area. So a large limb blown down was reported in the Harvester area. I'm checking for any reports, and of course, if you have any damage, you can always send it here on the Facebook page. I'd love to see it and get that passed around. So let's see. What's going on here? That is very nice. We'll try to get that going in just a second. But like I said, we do have severe thunderstorm warning. You can see at the bottom part of your screen all the counties that are listed down below. It is a little bit buggy. It's a little bit laggy because it is a new program that we're testing out. So it doesn't scroll when there's usually only one warning. But the heaviest part of the storm, the main part of the warning, is the one going near Maplewood, Richmond Heights, and the Clayton area. So if you know anybody in those areas, especially around the downtown area, near Busch Stadium, Botanical Gardens, Central West End, and places like those, Wash U, if you're anywhere near there, there is a nice severe thunderstorm warning with 60-mile-per-hour winds that will be possible. So full. Hold on one second, everybody. Okay. So like I said, we still have the severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect till 3:45. So 3:45, but I think the main part of the storm where the warning should be is near the Depair. So let me get the pin up. I really do think the severe thunderstorm warning should be right here. So right in this area. So even though it's a huge warning, I do not believe that it should be all the way where it is. So, like, we have a huge warning, but I think the main part is right near the Pear Kirkwood area is where the main part of the storm is. We do have a photo that just came in. We are getting some permission to be able to use the photo. So once we do have that, I will gladly share it to you because it is a very nice photo. Very nice photo of the look of the storms coming into the South County area. So we're just waiting on a little bit of permission of that. And then once we do get that, we'll bring that to you. So. But like I said, once again, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for a whole bunch of area near Columbia, St. Louis, downtown St. Louis, Cahokia Heights, Granite City, Columbia, Kimmswick, and the Arnold area until 3:45. So let's see if we can get that going. Okay, don't really see that right now. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, there's really no scary part to this storm, I just say. It's mainly just a wind threat, and it's radar indicated. So that is good. So max wind threat 60 mile per hour. So we may not see that until or we may not see that, but it is a possibility, and that's why we do have the warning just for the wind threat. So that is something I would like to note. So just because we have severe thunderstorm warning doesn't mean that we'll always have hail, and it's not guaranteed that we're going to have 60-mile-per-hour winds. It's just National Weather Service is predicting that there may be some strong winds with this storm. And you can see here on the velocities, all this bright pink indicates very strong winds. So right on top of the Shrewsbury area and near 44. So Shrewsbury and 44, we're going to try to get that pulled up here so we can get a visual on that. And see what's going on down on the ground near the Shrewsbury area. So let's see, looking at the cameras here. So that is, I think Kings Highway. We'll do a little bit further up out to the west a little bit. Yeah, and of course everybody, MoDOT has the cameras turned the opposite way because that is what they like to do. But you can see here on camera 6, we'll take camera 6. Like I said, some gusty winds. This is where the gusty winds are at the moment. So you can see gusty winds are moving through where we do have the severe thunderstorm warning. And you can see right here at Jameson Avenue. So the trees are pretty gusty, but like I said, nothing too crazy going on. Nothing crazy, nothing scary, but we do have severe weather. So I want to make sure that we're here and providing you updates of what's going on right now. Checking some reports here. So it looks like, so we do have a report coming out of the Kirkwood area. This is where we see the strong winds right now. National Weather Service employee, not sure how they are over there, but thunderstorm wind damage, gusts estimated to 50 to 60 mile per hour with small limbs down. So we are hearing some damage around the Kirkwood area. You can see on this live camera that it is getting pretty gusty outside. This is exactly where the storm is going over right now. So you can see the trees in the left hand corner bottom part of the screen. It is a little bit gusty down there. So just make sure you're taking your proper precautions. Take it slow, and I think you'll be just fine. But like I said, it's a huge warning. I really think they could condense it. Down near the Arnold, Kimmswick, near the Columbia area, probably not going to see much as far as severe weather criteria. But some thunderstorms are going to be expected near the Arnold, Columbia, Waterloo as well. And then some more storms behind it, but not expecting them to really be severe. So it looks like Granite City, it looks like Granite City has reported 2.41 inches of rain since 1 p.m. today. That's a lot of rain, but there's a lot of, I should say, a lot of rain that sat over. I should say a lot of rain that sat over the Granite City area along the I-70 corridor. So that does seem believable. And just because I wanted to check the hail tracker here. Or we'll just keep it on the velocity, yeah. Hail tracker's kind of bugged out right now, so we'll just keep it right here on the velocity. Nothing too crazy. So, like I said, the radar will come back in just a second, but like I said, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning, and we just got a flash flood warning that's in effect now. I don't think I have that turned on. Yeah, so we'll get that turned on. But we just got a flash flood warning. Radar indicated for Madison and St. Charles, St. Louis County till 6:30 p.m. So flash flood warning is in effect for the areas that I just listed, and it will show down below in just a second. Let it update. But we do have a flash flood warning. Here it goes on your screen for the following areas. So flash flood warning, heavy rainfall is being detected here. I'm not sure why it bugged out. Okay, there we go. So flash flood warning just got issued. That means we may have a chance of seeing some flooding around the area, and that goes all the way till 6:30. So you're probably not seeing any rain now, but flash flood warning, it is in effect where we did get the report of the heavy rainfall. So just give me 1 second here real quick. And make sure if you're in the flash flood warning, make sure to turn around and don't drown. I know we need a swimming pool, but we don't need it in high flood waters. Amy says here in Thunder and Columbia, yes, there is some storms coming through. I don't believe, you are in the severe thunderstorm warning right now. It's just off to your west right now, so you're hearing all the thunder that's making its way to this area. So I would just be inside, take some small precautions, not immediate precautions, but just be inside, away from windows, because 60-mile-per-hour winds can throw some outdoor items, and we just want to make sure you're safe. So flash flood warning for Madison, St. Charles, and St. Louis County. That's in effect until 6:30. So that should be populating on the screen here in just a second. We'll go ahead and turn all of them on. Okay. So they have it as a flood advisory here. Let's see if we can make it. We don't really get flash floods that much, so we'll highlight that. So in the green here, matching down below, is where we had that flood warning. Not really going to spend too much time on it. But you can see the main bulk of the storm has really condensed itself into a line here. From all the way to Clayton, all the way down near the Arnold area. So very strong winds throughout this line. Once again, we're not seeing any hail with this, which is good. But at the current moment, Amy, I think it might miss you a little bit, but you will definitely see some rain and a rumble thunder too. I think the bulk of the severe weather may try to go north of Columbia, but I'm not really sure exactly where you are in Columbia. But I think if you're near the south side of Columbia, I think you'll be okay. So it looks like they're going to continue the severe thunderstorm warning. They're still seeing 60-mile-per-hour winds and damage being reported till 3:45. So that's about another 15 minutes or 20 minutes, something like that. It's a Friday, everybody. But you can see the storm going right over the Oakville area on our Oakville camera, courtesy of Oakville WX. So you can see the live camera on top of the roof in Oakville, Missouri. That is the storm that we're looking at, the bottom part of the storm. And Amy, if you're still watching, that is what's heading towards the Columbia area. So once again, we appreciate Oakville WX for letting us use his camera, giving us a very nice shot. And the weather spinner, as you guys call it, is going a little bit crazy, which is indicating some strong gusty winds. So like I said, wouldn't hurt to be inside and away from windows. And let's take it back to the radar here. Once again, only one thunderstorm warning and a flood warning that's in effect. And it's really starting to get its act together. So we kind of have to watch that going into the DuPont, Columbia area. So, because it looks like it's trying to strengthen a little bit. We don't have any good cameras over in this direction. So we're going to have to monitor it through the radar here. So, but like I said, severe thunderstorm warning. It'll continue till 3:45. New places that are in alert is Columbia, DuPont, Centralville, St. Louis, downtown St. Louis, Granite City, we'll go ahead and throw Washington Park, Westview, and Millstadt in the warning as well. Amy, you said that you're inside. That is great. Because you are in the severe thunderstorm warning, so we want to take our proper precautions. We did have some wind gusts up to 50 to 60 miles per hour. So, but the good news is that we're not seeing any tornado potential at all. And I think it should stay that way. So we just have this one warning and the flash flood warning for our Illinois friends up near Granite City and Glen Carbon. So that is what's going on here. And if you're just checking in, like I said, we do have one severe thunderstorm warning going towards the 255 area near Phelps Columbia Golf Club, near the St. Louis Downtown Airport, Cahokia Heights, and the East St. Louis area is going to be experiencing a severe thunderstorm warning. But I think the heaviest part is trying to get its act together down near the Columbia area. Yeah, so newest velocity update is headed right towards Columbia area. So we are definitely seeing some gusty winds. Not seeing 60 being picked up on the radar, but 40 to 50 mile per hour winds is heading into the Illinois side. So still something that we need to keep an eye on and to take our proper precautions. But I think near Kimmswick, Waterloo area at this time, I think you're just fine. And up near the Clayton, Jennings, Granite City, those places as well, you are just okay. So like I said, not a lot of stuff going on, but enough where we need to hop on and keep everybody prepared. Let everybody come in, check in. So, like I said, there is still more rain behind it. I'm not expecting that to be severe, but of course we'll be watching that. So we know we have this round of storms. We still have some more on the way, which is good because we need as much rain as we can get. And it looks like here we got almost a ½ inch of rain here at the studios. So we'll take that. ½ inch of rain is better than no rain. So that is great news. So we're still watching this storm. We do have it pulled up here. It looks like they just issued another flash flood warning for the St. Louis area. So St. Louis, it should be popping up here. It might be with all the radar getting in the way, but yeah, it looks like we're getting multiple flash flood warnings. So like I said, if you're outside or driving home, make sure you're letting people know that some roadways may be covered. So this is for near the Spanish Lake, Florissant, and the Ferguson area. Till 6:30, there is a flood warning, flash flood warning, that is now in effect. And the warning is flashing because it just got updated, so we'll get to that in just a second. So flash flood warning for Florissant, Ferguson, and Spanish Lake is now in effect until 6:30 p.m. So make sure you turn around and don't drown. So let's take a look at this warning here. Still radar indicated. All the way down to Oakville, 60 mile per hour winds. About 9 minutes left on this storm. We'll see if they continue it. But like I said, it looks like it's going just to the northwest of Columbia. So I think Columbia will be okay. Illinois side is going to be some heavy rain, thunderstorms, and maybe a pocket or two of gusty winds. But flash flood warnings are getting issued everywhere here. So right in this area, let's see what's getting drawn up here. Right in this area, there is now a flash flood warning that's in effect until 6:30. So make sure you turn around, don't drown, because we do not want that to happen. And the only water that you should be in is in the swimming pool, not a flooded roadway. So not a flood roadway, only a swimming pool. So the warnings are scrolling at the bottom of the screen with all the counties listed. This is a new program that we're trying out. Kind of like it though. It only shows mainly our area, which is pretty nice. So we'll sit on this warning for a little bit longer. If it does not continue, we'll head off here and we'll continue to provide updates as needed. But we'll stay on here till 3:45 or when they expire the warning, as they are condensing this warning as we speak. So this is the only warning that we have here. If you're just tuned in, it's heading to the Illinois side near DuPont, Centralville, Washington Park, and near the Granite City, Collinsville area. So if I didn't call out your town, you're just fine. We're just going to monitor this a little bit longer. And then if it doesn't get a new storm warning issue, we'll probably go ahead and head off for now. Yeah, it looks like the winds may be calming down a little bit. Not really seeing anything criteria. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything weather criteria as far as wind goes. So let's hope they don't issue a new one. I don't think they are. It looks like it's starting to collapse a little bit, but strongest part is going near the Columbia and DuPont area. Head off to the Tillman area and the St. Louis downtown airport. So those are the places I will be looking out for. Yeah, not really seeing any hail with this, which is good. So that is great news. Okay, if anybody is still here, I did just get permission to show this awesome photo. Yeah, so here you go. We'll show it here. Let's get to this here. Let's get this. Let's get all this. Hey, everyone. Everybody needs... I'm about to show this cool thing. This cool photo from Julie. Okay, don't monitor the video. Don't worry about that. That's not relevant. But this was the photo of that storm coming into St. Louis County. This is from Julie Nelson Smith. I think I'm saying that correctly. This is the view. Yeah, so this is what it looked like coming into the downtown, or the South County area, I should say. So what a nice view. Does anybody know exactly where that's at? But that's a very nice, almost shelf cloud looking storm here. So once again, this is from Julie Nelson Smith on Twitter. So very nice look at this storm. And if you have any photos as well, make sure to tag me on Facebook, send it to me on Messenger. But what a nice view of this storm as it was coming through St. Louis County. So definitely, we don't base warnings off of looks, but that does look like we could see some strong winds in that. So very nice. Very, very nice picture. So we do appreciate that. And not sure if Kanan is watching, but if you can post that on our Facebook with the tag in it, thank you very much. But like I said, we'll check on this warning one more time. About 3 minutes left. They have not expired it yet, but like I said, the main part is near the DuPont and the Columbia area is where we're seeing the strongest part of the storm. So if I was in Millstop, the Belleville, Centralville, Route 15, Westview, Tillman, 163, I will be on the lookout for the strongest part of the storm with the 60-mile-per-hour winds. So we'll see if they issue it. I'm looking at it. There's only a couple minutes left, and normally when we get to around 3 minutes or less is when we have, usually when the National Weather Service is drawing a box if they do, and it'll also let us know at the same time that they do not expect to continue. So let me see, give me 1 second. Just waiting on to see if they continue that. So let's see. Alright, and let's see, what time was that? 3:15. So not sure, let's see. So, okay, good news everybody. They just expired this severe thunderstorm warning. In about 2 minutes, severe thunderstorm warning is going to go bye-bye. And if you missed it, Julie shared us a good picture. Julie Smith on Twitter has shared us a good photo. We're going to be posting it on their Facebook page here in just a bit. So if you just missed it, then we'll post it on the Facebook page, so make sure you're looking out for that. But they are going to go ahead and expire the severe thunderstorm warning. So once it officially goes off the screen here, we will head off with the warning. So if you're just tuning in, yes, the photo that we just showed not too long ago will be going up on the Facebook page. And that will be great. But for the rest of the night, as far as this storm goes, like I said, the warning is going to be over once it gets to 3:45. This program waits for the full time. Sorry about that. This program waits all the way till 3:45 to expire, but the National Weather Service no longer sees 60-mile-per-hour winds being picked up on the radar. So, like I said, this warning is going to be expiring any moment now, but the Belleville, O'Fallon, Shiloh, Caseyville, Washington Park, Collinsville can still expect some non-severe gusty winds and some heavy rain and thunderstorms. But the photo that Julie has sent us on Twitter that we just showed not too long ago from the live stream, or on the live stream, is going to be on our Facebook page. In just a moment, our producer, aka girlfriend, is getting that up there at this time. Now, I do not expect anything for the rest of the evening. So I do believe that is going to be all we see far as severe weather coverage. We are going to have some rain and storms, but I do not see anything at this current moment besides flood warnings like no other for the area. So just checking the last couple things, but yes, rain and thunderstorms are going to be continuing through the rest of the evening. Much needed rainfall is going to be continuing through the rest of the evening. We need it. But as far as severe weather goes, I wouldn't rule out one more severe storm or two due to the heating outside, but I think most of us will be okay, and everything is all below severe weather limits as well. So without any further questions, comments, concerns, there is a surprise coming up, hopefully in a few days. You guys will like that. So make sure you're watching on the Facebook page. And of course, we'll definitely keep you updated if anything changes. But right now, let's change it so everybody's just tuning in while I'm talking. Change it real quick. So, like I said, no severe warnings at all for now, and I assume for the rest of the evening. I'm not really expecting anything anymore. But showers and storms will be going all the way through the evening till about 8, 9 o'clock. So if it's drying out, there is still possibility of rain. But we're not really concerned as far as severe weather. We would have got a thunderstorm watch if we did. So I think for now, make sure you go over to the Facebook page. We're posting that cool photo that Julie sent us on Twitter. Thank you for her for letting us show that and share it. And we'll monitor the radar and post updates as needed throughout the evening. So I appreciate you guys watching Team Kenny Weather, your trusted local weather source for all things weather. And we'll see you next time. Take care.